Not too bad, I will admit. Welcome back, everybody. So my next movie review for you is Mortal Kombat. So Mortal Kombat is a 2021 movie directed by Simon McQuoid, starring Lewis Tan, Jessica McManeed, something along those lines, Joe Taslim, plus many others. So in this movie we follow a group of champions who are being hunted by Sub-Zero as they try and prepare for an epic battle for the universe. Now I went into this movie quite excited. Didn't watch a trailer, I watched a teaser. I didn't watch the opening 7 minutes that got released prior to this movie's release. I sat down and watched it and got to the end of the movie and went, "Do you know what? Yeah, I'm entertained by this movie." But, and there are a couple of buts. The first one is the plot. At the start of this movie, they seem like they are setting up something pretty epic, to be honest. And then it kind of disappears. And then it pops up here, and then pops up there, and then pops up right at the very end. The rest of the plotline in this movie is actually very predictable and lacked originality for me, okay? This is something which screamed out to me at certain points or throughout the whole of this movie. In fact, there was actually a couple of points I was like going, so is there actually any plot to this movie in any way, shape or form? Because it just seemed to be non-existent. Second point is character development or gathering an emotional attachment to any of the main characters in this movie. And it doesn't really happen. You get a slight, brief, broad kind of mention of their motivations, but there's not really a character in there that I really got behind or I found really interesting. These are 2 points which were screaming out to me throughout the whole of this movie, but it tapered down my entertainment value, but I still enjoyed the movie as a whole. Now there is one main villain in this movie who I think is actually completely useless throughout the whole of this movie, who's not even intimidating or scary. And then there's Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero in this movie is absolutely brilliant in every single way. Extremely intimidating, very dangerous, a massive threat to these champions, and I just wanted to see more of him throughout the whole of this movie. You throw in a fight with Scorpion as well at the end, you're just like that, yeah, I just want to see more of this, and that is exactly how I was feeling. So why could we have not seen more of this throughout the whole of this movie? Why couldn't you capitalize on that storyline which you set up or tried to set up at the beginning of the movie? And that was just, like I said, I just wanted to see more Sub-Zero because he's absolutely fantastic. Another character that stood out in this movie is Kano, okay? He provides a very strong comedic element in this movie, which I absolutely loved. I found myself laughing at some of his one-liners throughout the whole of his duration throughout the whole of this movie. No, throughout the whole of his duration through the movie. You know exactly what I'm trying to say. Other parts of this movie I actually really enjoyed is the fight scenes. The only thing that really stuck out is that knowing that these fight scenes, or these fights are a battle to the death, the lead up to the actual final finishing scene or the death scene in this just seemed really numb and not really, it didn't feel like it was a battle to the death to a certain respect, okay? It was just like really like watching a PG movie and then right at the end you're going to stuck in an 18 rated or R rated scene right at the end, which, to be honest with you, there are some absolutely fantastic death scenes in this movie. I cannot dispute that in any way, shape or form. It's just the fight scenes just didn't, the build up to that just really didn't do it for me. But there are some good moments in here. I'm not saying it's crap in any way, shape or form, the fight scenes. It's just that it's a battle to the death. I want to see blood, I want to see gore, I want to see people struggling to win a fight or getting a hammer in, blood, everything. That's the whole point of Mortal Kombat. I remember playing the game, it was a brutal game, and that's what I wanted to see in this movie. And again, they kind of failed to capitalise on this as well. CGI in this movie is good at times, and in other times it's really shocking. But apart from that, I still got entertainment value by the end of this movie. It was a good old bit of cheesy fun with some one-liners in here, and I just sat back and enjoyed watching the action. And that is the reason why I'm going to give this a strong 6 out of 10. Yes, the points which I disliked in this movie did shout out at me throughout the whole of this movie, but essentially I got entertainment value from it. I enjoyed the action sequences in here. Yes, there's a few problems, but I could quite happily sit down and watch this movie again, to the point where I actually thought about watching it again last night. But like I said, I do recommend this movie. Not everybody's going to love this movie, okay? It's as simple as that. Some people are just going to hate this, but for me, I found it enjoyable. I had a lot of fun while watching this movie, and that's the reason why I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. So on that note, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below as normal. Hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care, and goodbye.